Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth. How you doing today? This is our short FinTips series, and I'm going to cover something really short here for you today. We're financial advisors at Jazz Wealth. We specialize in working with people no matter what amount of money you have. If you're just beginning and you want to make sure someone doesn't take advantage of you, you want the help, you want someone looking after you, of course, we're happy to work with you. And if you are almost retired and you need that help, the conversions, saving on taxes, of course, we're happy to help you there. We're the only advisor that says, hey, we'll work with you no matter how much you have or how long it's been since you've gotten started. Well, today we're going to talk about a last minute sort of thing that I get a lot from customers, and I want to share this with you in hopes that maybe it saves you from making a bit of a mistake. Let's say you did your taxes, right? It's almost tax day. You filled them out and you go, holy crap, I owe them how much? You look at it and you say, well, maybe it's $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, and you're like, I don't want to pay the government that much money. That's horrible. I'll change my withholding, but I want to see if I can save now. So your brain goes, hey, that Dustin guy, Jazz Wealth, I'll contribute to a traditional IRA because if I put money in, I get the tax deduction, and I'd rather invest in myself than give the money back to the government. Well, you got a good idea, but we need to ask some questions first before you get started. And here's what we're going to ask you. It's all centered around how you file and what you have at work. If you have 401ks at work, workplace retirement plans, that's really what we're focused on today. If you have this, have it available to you, let me cover some of the bases for you. If first you have no 401k at work and you are single, that's how you're filing, right? You're filing as a single person, or married filing jointly, we have no issue. Go ahead, contribute to the traditional IRA. You can get a deduction up to the full amount of your contribution, which means if you put in, you're a single guy and you put in $5,500, cool, you'll get that deduction. If you're married and filing jointly and you put in whatever, you'll get that deduction, so no real worries there. That's not the problem. If you fall into that category, go ahead and stop. Go open your traditional IRA, make your contribution, get your deduction. I hope you'll keep us in mind for that, but you know, you're free to go. All right, if you have a 401k at work, now let's slow down just a little bit and put some emphasis on a few things here, because if you have the 401k makes a big difference versus if your spouse does. Get caught up in this all the time. People really mess this one up, and it's okay. First of all, let's start with a single person. If you're a single person and you have a 401k at work and you think, I'm just going to go open a traditional IRA, make my contribution, get the full deduction. Well, you better have made less than $64,000 adjusted gross income, AGI. Now, since you just did your taxes, you know your AGI, right? Go open up your tax forms there, whether you did TurboTax or H&R Block or whatever. Go to the bottom of it. They may even say it on the first page of your return there if they did that for you. You're looking for your AGI. If it was less than $64,000, you can make a contribution to the traditional IRA and get the full deduction, right? Okay, again, if let's say this time, if you have the 401k and you are married filing jointly, different story here. If you're married filing jointly, you guys have a tax, you owe the government, you owe the tax return, and you're due $4,000 or something, and you say, I'm going to go contribute to a traditional IRA, $4,000 instead of giving it to the government. Your adjusted gross income better be $103,000 or less. Your adjusted gross income. Careful here. This is if you are opening the traditional IRA. Remember, IRAs are in the individual's name. If you have the 401k at work and you guys as a family owe the IRS and you want to open the traditional IRA, your family's adjusted gross income better be $103,000 or less, okay? That's the second thing. So if you're single, right, and you have no 401k at work, married filing jointly, you have no 401k at work, you guys are good to go. If you have a 401k at work and you're single, you now know your income limit, adjusted gross income. If you have the 401k at work and you as a married filing jointly, you now know your income limit. The last one here is if the spouse has the 401k. And please, please be careful here. It is not if you have one and you contribute to it and the company matches. It is purely if you have access to a 401k. It doesn't matter if you're participating or not. If your spouse has a 401k at work, they don't contribute to it, but they're eligible for it, right? It's there, they just chose not to take advantage. That counts, right? You can't tell the IRS, well, yeah, she has a 401k at work, but she doesn't put anything into it. They don't care, right? So if your spouse has the 401k or is eligible for the 401k at work, you are married filing jointly, we're going to have the similar number to the Roth max income. $193,000 adjusted gross income, not the income that you made from your paycheck, your adjusted gross income. That's the focus here. So please be very, very careful. I applaud all of you who say, I owe the IRS. Dustin, I don't want to pay the IRS. I would like to make a contribution to Traditional IRA. Trust me, I'd love to have you as a customer, but as a fiduciary financial advisor, I can't just say yes. I have to say, let's make sure you're going to get what you think you're going to get here, and let's make sure it's, of course, in your best interest. By the way, we also manage our own funds here at Jazz Wealth. We don't buy outside mutual funds. All of our performance is available on the website, and we're as detailed as possible to say, this is this fund, this is how we manage it, this is the performance of this fund. There are no expenses. We have no expense ratios. There's no commissions, trading costs, adjustment costs. Because we talked 5 times cost, it's all included in our service. So I hope you'll check us out, and I hope you will rewatch this video until you are absolutely sure that you can contribute to a traditional IRA to reduce the amount of tax owed on your tax return there. I wish you well. I'm here if you need me, and we'll talk to you soon.